Hello, I'm just going to do a little talk about my Turnigy and FrSky radios. I've been using certainly the Turnigy system, the 9X with its own module, and I've been using that for over 12 months now on various models, and it's been very good. This one here is the basic 9X as it comes. Now this one's from Hobby King, and there's a few versions of basically the same radio. It's got slightly different software, but you have the Ergle, there's the FrSky and the 9X there. And like I said, this one's from Hobby King, branded as a Turnigy 9X. And it was basically because I was running out of slots on the Spectrum DX6i, coming up to 10 models, and I needed another radio, and I heard about this system, very good system, a 2.4 channel hopping system, and it just worked out cheap really. I mean, it was delivered, it was around about £50, with delivery for a 9-channel radio, and came with an 8-channel receiver there. I mean, you can't fault that for value really. That's fantastic, and it has been very good. The system has been really good. This particular one has I put a backlight kit in it, but I mean, how often do you use it really? I mean, but apparently it doesn't use much power, so it's all good. It's quite a nice blue screen really, I suppose, isn't it? But in terms of the actual radio itself, the quality is surprisingly actually alright. I mean, the sticks, the gimbals are very smooth. The switches are of decent enough quality. It's not going to win any awards, or it's not going to rival any of the top brands and the top end radios, but for what you pay, it's excellent. This one obviously comes with its own module, the 9X system, the 2.4. This is the version 2 radio, which oddly, I don't know why they changed it, but now they hardwire this module into the radio, which seems a bit odd because they know people modify them and put their own modules in. That's why this module's the way it is. There is a way around it on this version. You can cut the wire, take the aerial out, and there is a kit you can buy to put actually inside the radio if you wanted to turn it into another system, i.e. FrSky or whatever you wanted to use. There's quite a few modules available now, but at the time I didn't know anything about all that. I just bought it because it was a cheap 9-channel radio, and it just made sense to me really, and I kept that and the Spectrum DX6i up until recently. I got rid of the Spectrum because I bought another 9X, and that was the way I was going to go really. It was only for that reason. But the receivers you can buy for this, in terms of size wise and channels, are a little bit limited. There's this 8-channel receiver, which is quite bulky. It's quite a bulky unit, but it's good. It works well. Full range. And then this is one particular one I use, as long as I only need 6 channels. Is the Hobby King HK7 HKTA6A, which is a 6-channel, much lighter, and this binds. It's supposed to be for their system, but it binds with the 9X no problem. Exactly the same process. The the binding buttons there on the back of the module there. You've got all the usual assign switches and buttons and all that kind of malarkey. The menu itself takes some getting used to. There's no question about that. It's much different to the DX It took me a little bit of time to get used to the menus, and the way that they lay it out's a bit strange in some ways. But once you're used to it, once you're used to going through the menus, it's I mean, like for example, that there, you would think to go across there you'd press that, but you don't. You press that, which is, yeah, it's a bit weird the way they do it, but once you're used to it, it's fine. One of the first modifications, or the only mod really I've done to this particular radio was when you buy the radio initially, it comes with a holder for 8 AA batteries, and you're forever changing those. So I put a 3-cell life battery in, 1500 fits in here perfect. I just soldered the connector off the AA cage straight to it, and the polarity is going to be right then, and that was easy, and they last quite a long time. Lasts probably with medium use, a couple of weeks if you don't hammer it too much. But really nice radio, nice in your hand, nice sticks, and it's very, very nice. I've had no issues at all with range or brownouts, signal loss with that whatsoever. I've never had loss of control on a model, and I've flown it quite a long way away. So, and that was good. Then I started hearing about this FrSky system. I was watching a channel called RC Model Reviews, and the guy there, Bruce, had done a review on the FrSky system, and I thought, oh, what's this then? And it was actually in a Turnigy 9X. So I looked at what was involved. I didn't know anything about it, and excuse me. And what people do is put the FrSky module actually straight in the back of here. Now, Hobby King, before I actually considered buying one or buying the system and changing it, they actually started making the radios without the module. So you get the 9X as it is with the software and all the gubbins and but you don't get a module. So for people who want to put their own system in, it just made sense. And literally all it is it just slots in there. This is the DJT telemetry module. Comes as part of a kit. You can buy it on its own, but I got it as a combo with an 8-channel telemetry receiver, and it just slots in there. But one thing you have to do on this is there's a piece of plastic here just raised up a little moulding which protects the bottoms of the pins, but unfortunately with this module it wouldn't slot in there and fit and click down properly. So I had a quick look on the internet. You have to take the back off, get this bit separate so the pins are away, and you can just shear off the little lump of plastic there with a Dremel or something like that. And once you do that, then it's just a case of clicking it in, and then you just put your aerial on, then and you're away. The benefit of this one as well is the aerial's not connected originally to the radio, so the module, you're not getting conflicting aerials then, so that's brilliant. And yeah, I mean in terms of use itself, it's exactly the same, I mean the radio is exactly the same to use, so you're all used to it. So very, very good. I also put a 3-cell life one in here, 1800 one, so lasts a bit longer. And then you bind up your receivers. Obviously, if you're not used to, if you're used to a different system, Spectrum are very, very straightforward. But I mean, it's all there on the internet. How to bind these things. The range of receivers on these is phenomenal. Anything from a 5-channel micro little thing with the little micro connectors right up to an 8-channel. They do an 8-channel high voltage and an 8-channel telemetry enabled one, which I've got in one of the models. But you've got this one here, which is a 4-channel It's not supposed to be full range, but apparently you can. People have had these past a mile. You know, it's that really. The basic range on this is supposed to be 500 to 600 meters, I think, and if it was a small model, you wouldn't see that at that range anyway. This is the one I prefer to use. I like this one. This is the V8R7 II, full range, 7 channels. They all use the same frequency hopping system, which is the ACC-ST, which is quite similar, I believe, to the Futaba fast channel hopping system, and very, very good. Very easy to use, very easy to bind. Depending on whether you've got telemetry on your module or not, you bind it slightly differently, but it's all there on the internet. It's so simple, really. And the failsafe, I mean, how easy it is to set the failsafe on there. That was the other reason why I wanted to go with FrSky, was because you've got failsafe on all receivers. And this radio does not have failsafe, and the receivers don't. So, you know, it was starting to buy more expensive kit and this, that, and the other, and you want to be able to set the failsafe so that it may save your model. And the failsafe on these, you literally bind it as you do, and when it's bound, you just click the failsafe button. I mean, you set your failsafe position. You know, I favour 2 or 3 clicks of up elevator, and that's it. No throttle, nothing else, just in case. And that's set, and it's set forever until you unset it, and that's it. Very, very good. Now, I'd used this system for a couple of months, and I started hearing all these. Well, I started reading up on the new firmware, you know, different firmware you can put in. You can reprogram these. I thought it was beyond me, but there is actually a company that ship out a kit which actually sits in the back of this radio. It just screws in. You just change a couple of plugs. There's no soldering. It's called a Smarty Parts programming board. It sits in this radio, and basically to plug it into your computer, there's a little mini USB connector there, and that sits in there permanent. Right, you can take the system out, but I mean it's semi-permanent, and you flash it with whatever software you want. Now I went with the ER9X, which is that one there. Basically for a couple of reasons. Infinite programming possibilities on this. Infinite. You can change everything. You can assign anything to any switch. You have a throttle hold on, even on planes, straight out the program. So you turn on the throttle hold. There it is. You're not going to accidentally spin your prop up. You can change the voltage cutoff. You can, limit when the radio is beeping going through the menus. You can assign each channel to each stick, so you can have it whatever mode you want easily. It's more complicated again, especially the mixing, than this one. But once you get used to it, it's no harder, and it's really good. And you see the menu there, nice and clear, nice the way that the menus work on this cursor as well now. So in terms of the way that FrSky works itself, obviously I don't go in for the all the graphs and the spectrum analyzers and all this sort of thing. I'll leave that to the boys on who do all that and test for actually how strong the signal is. But all I know is I've not had a single issue. I've been using this for FrSky for a couple of months now, and I haven't had a single problem. I haven't heard the first beep. When you get these straight out of the box with a telemetry, you get a system where if your model's going out of range, you get various beeps to tell you're kind of going out of range. Well, the first beep basically means that your model's got fair signal, and there's 2 beyond that. There's a second one which is obviously getting near, and then the third one is getting very, very close to being out. Well, I haven't even heard the first one, and I've flown my Bixler, which is quite a big model, literally out, so I can't literally can just about see. It's a little dot on the screen, so shows you how good the range is. And obviously when I get to the FPV, I can start to actually measure how far I am out. Then we'll see how far the system can actually go. But very good. Very simple to use. If you want to see the technical stuff behind these and how they work and how good the channel hopping system is, go to RC Model Reviews, and he's reviewed both of these in its basic form and the FrSky 2.4 system itself. So you can go and have a look at that. But for what you pay, this setup here from Hobby King was around about £70 to £75, including delivery. It may have been £80 with delivery. If you keep it about that, you shouldn't get stopped by customs for import tax. I got lucky, so yeah. But I mean, for that, how can you buy a 9-channel radio with that good a system in it for that? I'm no doubting, the other radio systems are excellent, the Grapner, your Fataba, your Spectrum, your JR, fantastic stuff, there's no question. But what swung it for me and why I recently got rid of my DX was the fact that if you want to stick with the proper Spectrum system, and that is the DSMX, if you want to replace or get the equivalent to this receiver in Spectrum, 7 channels with failsafe, full range, this receiver here, these are £11. These ones are about £8, and for how good they are, you would be paying 5-6 times that for a proper Spectrum one, and that's the only reason. I haven't had much of a problem with Spectrum, and I'm not going to start bashing the system itself. There's enough people who do that. I found it a very good system, but I wanted to move on to something a bit more solid and something that just suits me, and obviously the price swung it as well, and how good a system works just shows really. People really they stick with a radio system they trust with RC models, because I mean, you've got a lot of money up there in the sky, and you've got to be able to trust your system. Obviously things will happen sometimes out of your control, but so far, I 100% trust this at the moment, because I've had it for 12 months and I've flown hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of flights on it and not had a single issue. I mean, probably 500 flights, maybe more, 600 maybe. And this one, time will tell. So far, fantastic. But time will tell whether it's going to be, very reliable. I hope so. I mean, it's a nice system. But I use them both. I use the two. This is obviously going to be more for the FPV side of things and the, photography, aerial photography. We'll start to get some FPV videos up and have a look and see how it does then. So, but if you haven't tried either of these, if you haven't tried them, don't be put off by the cheap cost. They really are an excellent system, and a great alternative. So I'll give it a try. Thanks for watching.